Imagine a rock that breaks the laws of physics, not by defying them, by making them too powerful. In 1983, a car in Edmonton, Canada sped through the city for 17 straight minutes. The driver couldn't stop. The brakes worked fine. The engine was off, but the car just kept going. An ambulance rushed to help, and then the ambulance couldn't stop either. Both vehicles plunged into the North Saskatchewan River. When investigators pulled the wreckage out, they found something wedged under the first car, an ugly lump of iron ore, barely the size of a fist. That lump is now known as SCP-289, and what it does is terrifying. It amplifies inertia. Today we're breaking down one of the most underrated anomalies in the SCP universe. By the end of this video, you'll understand how a chunk of rock can turn Newton's first law into a weapon, and why containing it is a nightmare that never ends. Let's start with what inertia actually is. You probably learned this in high school. Newton's first law: an object in motion stays in motion. An object at rest stays at rest, unless a force acts on it. That's the most basic rule of the universe. Everything from planets to ping pong balls follows it. Inertia is the resistance to change. The heavier something is, the harder it is to move or stop. A bowling ball has more inertia than a tennis ball. Simple. But here's the thing. In normal physics, inertia is fixed. It's tied directly to mass. You can't change an object's inertia without changing its mass. That's not a rule we made up. That's how the universe works. SCP-289 breaks this rule completely. Within a 1.6 meter radius of this rock, inertia increases over time, not because mass changes. The objects weigh exactly the same, but they resist movement, or resist stopping, more and more with each passing second. The Foundation measured it precisely. Every 160 seconds inside the active zone, an object's inertia increases by 17%. That might not sound like much, but it compounds. After 3 minutes, a coffee mug sitting near SCP-289 is almost 40% harder to move. After 5 minutes, it takes nearly double the force. After 800 seconds, roughly 13 minutes, a stationary object becomes nearly impossible to move by any means. And it works the other way too. Something already moving near this rock becomes nearly impossible to stop. That's exactly what happened in Edmonton. The rock was stuck beneath the car. The car was moving. And every second that passed, it became more unstoppable. Think about that. A 2-ton car barreling through downtown Edmonton. And every second, it takes exponentially more force to slow it down. Brakes don't work. Walls barely work. After 13 minutes, you'd need industrial equipment just to nudge its speed. But here's what makes the containment truly terrifying. The SCP Foundation keeps SCP-289 at Site 17. It sits on a tiny platform in the exact center of a 5 by 5 by 5 meter concrete room, suspended, motionless, and that's the problem. Remember, stationary objects near SCP-289 also gain inertia. The platform, the walls, even the air molecules, everything that stays still slowly becomes locked in place. Not by ice, not by glue, by physics itself. So the Foundation has to move it every 30 days. The transfer protocol is extreme. They evacuate an entire hallway, lock every door at security level 3, place SCP-289 inside a rubber sphere, and roll it at no faster than half a kilometer per hour to an identical room on the other side. Roll it too fast, and it becomes impossible to stop. Leave it too long, and the room itself starts to lock up. And here's the rule that really gets you. No person is allowed inside the 1.6 meter radius for more than 90 seconds. And while you're inside, you must keep moving. Shift your weight, change your position, wave your arms. Because if any part of your body stays still too long, it starts to lock. Imagine your hand becoming too heavy to lift, your lungs too rigid to expand, your blood too thick to flow. Not because of temperature or chemistry, because inertia itself is being amplified around you. Now let me give you the bigger picture. The SCP Foundation is a massive collaborative fiction project. Thousands of writers create entries about anomalous objects. Think of it as a Wikipedia for the impossible. Each entry reads like a classified government document. Containment procedures, experiment logs, incident reports. SCP-289 is classified as safe. Not because it's harmless. In the SCP system, safe means it's easy to contain. You know where it is. You know what it does. You can keep it in a box. A very specific, carefully maintained, regularly relocated box. What makes SCP-289 brilliant is how it takes one tiny tweak to physics and follows it to its logical, terrifying conclusion. It doesn't need to be a monster. It doesn't need to be alive. It's just a rock. a rock that makes Newton's first law too strong. And that's what the best SCPs do. They take something ordinary and ask, what if this one thing about reality was slightly different? Then they show you exactly how bad it would get. So let's bring it all together. 1. SCP-289 is a chunk of hematite that amplifies inertia within a 1.6-meter radius. Objects at rest become immovable. Objects in motion become unstoppable. 2. It was discovered in 1983 after causing a chain of unstoppable vehicle accidents in Edmonton, Canada. 3. Containing it requires constant movement, monthly relocations, and strict time limits. Because in the world of SCP-289, standing still is the most dangerous thing you can do. Next time you're stuck in traffic, be grateful. Your brakes work because inertia is constant. SCP-289 is a chilling reminder that if physics ever glitched, even slightly, reality itself would become a prison. If this made you think differently about physics, drop a comment. What SCP should I break down next? And if you want more deep dives into the terrifying science of the SCP universe, hit subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.